Now, we are going to discuss about sexual reproduction, and you have studied about sexual reproduction in your lower classes. You learnt how the process of sexual reproduction takes place in plants as well as in animals. In this chapter, we are going to study about this sexual reproduction in various organisms in detail. So we know that, just recall, the process of sexual reproduction, it happens by the fusion of male and female gametes. Gametes are the reproductive cells. So male plus female gamete, it gives rise to zygote, and the process of fusion of male gamete and female gamete is called as fertilization. So this fertilization is again of two types. We know that, internal and external. Internal fertilization, external fertilization. What is internal fertilization? If the fertilization, the fusion of the gametes takes place inside the body of the female organism, you call it as internal fertilization. The male gametes are produced into the female body, female gametes are produced in the female body, and these two gametes are fused in the female body and fertilization takes place. We call it as internal fertilization. Example, mammals, birds, fishes we see external fertilization, mammals, birds, reptiles. So here we see this kind of internal fertilization in mammals including humans, birds, reptiles. External fertilization, fertilization which takes place outside their bodies in the environment. Aquatic organisms like fishes and frogs, fertilization takes place outside their body. So fishes and frogs, the female animal lay large number of female gametes, those are the egg cells, into the water. Then the male organism releases sperm cells in large number into the water. So in the water, the male gamete fuses with the female gamete and fertilization takes place. So we call it as external fertilization, which takes place outside their bodies. So now let us look at the reproduction in a placental mammal. Humans are placental mammals. So here they have male and female organisms, they have special well-developed reproductive systems for the process of sexual reproduction. So first we are going to discuss about male reproductive system. Male reproductive system. So the male reproductive system has got distinct parts which help in the process of reproduction, that is in the production of male gamete. Now let us look at the features of male reproductive system. So the male reproductive system is closely associated with the urinary bladder. So here we can see the major organs of the male reproductive system. In male reproductive system, the two main organs are testis, a pair of testes. So left and right, a pair of testes are present outside the body and they are hanging in a pocket-like structure called as scrotal sac. I write it here, scrotal sac or scrotum. So in the pocket-like structure we find these testes. The testis is connected to a tube-like structure which leads to the into the penis. So this tube is connected to the urethra. So the urethra is a common passage of male gametes, that is the semen and urine. So that excretory material as well as the reproductive material both are passed through the common duct, that is the urethra. This is the common duct. So let us see the testes. Testes are responsible for the production of male gametes. Each testis, it consists of so many tiny coiled thread-like structures called as seminiferous tubules. In which sperm cells are formed. Sperms are formed in the seminiferous tubules. So from the seminiferous tubules, the sperm cells are collected by vas efferentia. So the vas efferentia, they form, all the vas efferentia, they form a structure called as epididymis. Epididymis. So these seminiferous tubules are very thin, coiled, very long, up to 80 centimeters length, coiled tubules in which the sperm cells are produced, and they are collected by vas efferentia, and this vas efferentia, it forms the epididymis part of the testis. So once these are formed, the formed sperm cells are collected by vas deferens. So this vas deferens, it collects these sperm cells and it sends the sperm cells to the other part, that is to the urethra. The sperm cells, how are the sperm cells? The sperm cells are motile. They have a head piece, middle piece, and a flagellated tail. So by that which can move, it moves. So such kind of sperm cells are produced and taken here. So at this junction, we find certain glands, accessory glands. Here we find a pair of seminal vesicles and a seminal duct, so through which semen is secreted. So semen is a sticky jelly-like fluid which will nourish the sperm cells. Because the sperm cells are to be nourished, they have to travel a long way into the female reproductive system, and it needs some 48 hours, or they have to live up to 72 hours in the female reproductive system till they reach the egg cell. So the nourishment is provided by this fluid semen. So the semen is secreted by the seminal vesicles and it is passed through the seminal duct into this common chamber. So here the sperm cells are mixed up with the semen. And here we have some accessory glands. Accessory glands. What are the accessory glands here? One prostate and two Cowper's glands. One prostate gland and Cowper's gland, these are the accessory glands that are found here at this region, so that the male reproductive cells gametes with the semen, they are passed into the urethra, through which they are expelled out of the body. So that the testes are the major organs responsible for the production of male cells. Not only that, we already studied that testes are acts like endocrine glands, as they produce a hormone called as testosterone. This testosterone, it helps in the development of secondary sexual characters like development of beard, mustache, hair in the underarms, change of voice in boys at an age of some 14 to 15 in the adolescent age. So whatever the various physical changes that happens in the body of an adolescent, these are all caused by the testosterone hormone which is secreted by the testes. So the testes, they secrete hormone called testosterone, which helps for the process of reproduction by bringing the secondary sexual characters in males, at the same time for the complete development of the reproductive organs and for the production of male reproductive cells. So testes are the major reproductive organs in males. Now let us look at the female reproductive system and various parts and their contribution for the process of reproduction.